Ethiopians have been making Aliyah to Israel since 1965. They were not guaranteed to succeed but persisted anyway. This perseverance has gotten them safely to the Holy Land. Upon arrival, it was not what they expected at all. This was not the Holy Land they pictured, but a modern, thriving society. Getting settled in this new environment proved to be very difficult. Now, most families have been in the country nearly 30 years. That means a first generation of Ethiopians are being born in Israel. Improvements have been made and their situation is growing stronger within the community. However, a large downfall that affects not only Ethiopians but also the society at large is in their education system. As Fred Lezin, author of Israel and Ethiopian Jewish Immigrants, says, if education is the key to success for any group, it is doubly so for the Ethiopians. The Israeli Education Ministry in the past had no idea how to immerse these children into a modern-day school. Fred Lezin also goes on to say how in the early waves of immigration, schools were intentionally segregated. The kids were taught to speak only Hebrew and their home language of Amharic was neglected. Not only that, but their culture was completely diminished within the school systems. It is ironic that this country that is based upon immigrants seems to have less of a focus on multiculturalism and acceptance in the classroom. This can cause children to become neglected and fall between the cracks. The schools in modern-day Israel are mostly segregated. Unlike in the past, this is not intentional. Rather, the children go to the school that is in their community, and most Ethiopians live together. Thus, the segregation begins again. These schools are also not nearly as adequate. Alon, a teacher at an Ethiopian school, told how the Ethiopian schools are older and not as well equipped as the schools in the wealthier communities. These inadequacies and segregation do not promote a good sense of bonding within the community. In schools that Israeli children attend, they do not even learn about the ways of Ethiopian migrations. This creates a lot of unawareness that can lead to ignorance and uneasiness towards one another. If these children are not integrated and do not learn to peacefully coexist and accept one another, I foresee a strong racial issue developing. Fortunately, some Ethiopians have taken it upon themselves to succeed. These children have developed a strong internal drive to do well. They push through school and insist on joining the highest level of the IDF. This is good, but it has its downfalls. It means that they are completely immersing themselves in the Israeli culture and forgetting where they came from. It is not until they are older that it seems they come to terms with their heritage. However, there are still vast numbers of children that fall through the cracks and are forgotten. It is still a problem that needs to be addressed. For the future, I hope that the schools become equally mixed. I believe that children do not see race as an issue unless parents or authority figures make it an issue. I also hope that the schools are all staffed with equally qualified and exemplary teachers. It only takes one person to change a child's life. I think that as a society, we forget about the individual. Children are not statistics, and they are certainly not numbers. Each one of them has a past, a present, and a future, and we need to help mold them. And it starts with the education system.